Hello and welcome to episode 53 of the Late Night Gaming Show. Welcome to CGNgames. Jodie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, Tim?
I'm doing pretty good. We had a week off for Easter.
We did.
So that we could eat all of our chocolate eggs and then recover from the sugar rush.
Yeah.
I've still got quite a lot to get through.
I have as well.
I have a problem when it comes to Easter eggs. You know when you walk into Asda or something and they're just there for £1 on the right hand side as you walk through?
Yeah.
You've just got to pick up 2 every time, don't you?
Definitely.
So I'm just doing the right thing, really. Interesting news on Asda this week, Jodie.
Oh, yeah?
They tried to merge with Sainsbury's and they got blocked by the regulators.
Oh.
There is, so if you don't manage to make it to the end of the show, you will know, you will have gained some information.
So true.
That Sainsbury's and Asda will not be merging.
There you go, people.
Worth it. With that devastating news,
dreadful news,
we're moving into the first section, which is what we've been playing this week.
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It is time for what we've been playing this week, and Jodie, I've been playing a fair bit.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, because it's been all over the last 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks.
But Jodie, it's not just about what I've been playing; it's what you've been playing as well. So Jodie, what Sims have you been killing this week?
So we've not been killing Sims. We've had Sims get married over the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Have their kids. So now I've got 3 little toddlers running around.
I don't know if you're. That's a good thing with you.
No, because it's too much effort. Because you're trying to build someone's career, but then you're trying to take care of this kid at the same time.
So you're trying to decide to put career before children.
That's true.
I don't know how.
I mean, we're doing the fame route for like a majority of my Sims at the minute because I want to try and get them as famous as possible. But I've only gotten up to 2 stars so far. So yeah. And then my original Sims.
Making great life choices there.
Yeah. But then my original Sims that had their kids, now their kids have gone off and got married and all this.
Flipping it. This is
they actually had one more.
Wow.
So now they've got a toddler where the other 3 kids have all got toddlers as well. And so it's a bit weird that their auntie is probably the same age as the kids. So yeah, but it was like, like some people have that child when they get older, just like, I just want one more. And it's like the last one that they have then. That's what I felt that they wanted, so that's what happened in that relationship. But yeah, so Sims is going great. No one's dying. People are married. People doing great in the careers. Right. Living life. We went back to the jungle. No one died.
I'm surprised. Was that going to do a memorial by any chance? Is that what it was for?
No, what I had to do is I had to like jump back before they died and just didn't take them to the jungle. And I was too scared to actually send them on holiday again. So they never went on holiday till about last week when I sent them all out there together. And they all were dead happy because they were like, oh, like old time memories. And I was like, yeah, if you could remember what happened last time. So there you go.
Oh my god. There you go.
Yeah, so
that's what you've been up to.
That's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to.
Times.
I've had a busy weekend, so that's all of it.
It has been a busy. We did have a busy weekend.
We did, didn't we?
We did some Easter egg hunts for the community.
We did. It was
fun.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
We might share that later on.
Maybe. So for me, about 2 weeks ago, I picked up the Labo VR.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't actually, it's just having to set aside about an hour and a half to make the stuff. It's whether I can be bothered. So I usually have to put on a movie or something while I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, we watched Britain's Got Talent, didn't we?
We did watch Britain's Got Talent.
We
need to watch the last one, actually. We had a good laugh, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So I've made, I'm actually going to do a quick review of this later on, but I'll show them off then. But I've made the camera, I've made the VR headset thingy, obviously, because you need it. And I made the bird. I won't give it away. But yeah, I had fun like building the stuff and that. I actually quite enjoy building the stuff. I don't think my wife can be bothered anymore. She was proper into it when we got the variety kit at the start, and now I have sort of just be like, can we make this flipping piano, please? So I made the piano and everything there. So.
It's kind of what happens.
Yeah, so there was a bit of lightning outside, exciting. So I've been playing that. I wasn't going to, but then you know how these pre-order bonuses go, Jodie. I'm actually gonna have to stop here so I can get them out. So I wasn't gonna get Final Fantasy X on the Switch just yet because I didn't think I'd play it.
Okay.
But then I got an email from the Square Enix store saying if you pre-order now from the Square Enix store, you get an exclusive art print. So I was like,
It's all about the art print.
so I had to do it, didn't I? But it was a 3D art print.
Oh, okay.
But then I found out that Game had one that was different, so I had to pre-order both. And then I just had to sell on one of the games. So I got you. I don't know how well this will come up in the camera, but that was the Square Enix exclusive, well, the Square Enix store exclusive one, and then this was the game exclusive one. So there you go, Jodie. Have a look like that.
Looks nice.
It's crazy, isn't it? How does it work? How is it 3D? It makes no sense.
I
You
would
won't
go
actually be
for
able
it,
to
but-
see. You won't be able to actually see the 3D effect, I'm assuming, on camera. But it looks really cool.
I would go for it, but it'll take us too long to tell you.
So so then I ended up having to get that, and I've been playing it quite a bit. I've enjoyed it. Final Fantasy X is the only Final Fantasy game that I've not played that much of,
Okay.
and I really struggle to get into it because I'm not really that into the setting. But I've been getting into it more this time, mainly because it's on the Switch. Basically, you can put anything on the Switch and I'll probably get into it. So, yeah. And Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 12, sorry, comes out on the Switch next week. And I was like, I'm not going to buy that now because, like, this is like hours and hours of gameplay. But then now there's a pre-order bonus for a 3D print of that too.
Things you got to do as gamers, eh?
It's just, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. So I've been playing that. And then I have also, I've had, what else have I been playing? I can't even remember. Oh, I've also picked up Gear Club Unlimited 2. I was waiting a long time for that, and I got that. And I got V-Rally as well, which is another two racing games, really. And I've just been playing Gear Club Unlimited 2 a ton.
Nice.
So I've been enjoying them. Gotta love those car racing games, don't you? V-Rally's so hard. And it upsets me. And on that note, we're going to move into our next section, which is the news.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It is time for the news, and I have got 4 news stories for you, Jodie, because you get bored if there's more than that.
Yeah.
So I have reduced it to 4.
Okay.
So number 1, this is one just for me. So this news came out a couple of weeks ago, but obviously we weren't here. Starlink, Jodie. You remember
Good
there
old
was?
Starlink.
Remember there's going to be a big update. There's going to be all sorts going on. So that is still coming. I'm excited for it. It's going to add races, new missions,
All right.
all sorts. And of course, you're going to be able to play as like the other Star Fox characters. They were adding in a few other characters too. And remember, I was dead excited. Like, I was like, does this mean we're getting more ships in terms of like physical ships? So it's like you get a whole armada of Star Fox ships.
You've got enough, though. You've got them all.
Well, apparently, Jodie, that is true because they will not be bringing them out in physical form. They'll only be bringing them out as DLC characters to buy, which is very devastating. So obviously, the actual toys didn't sell very well.
Clearly.
So they took them out. So I'm a little bit devastated. I'm a little bit devastated. I wanted to get fishing wire and hang them from the ceiling, so it's like they were flying around. It was crazy. I wouldn't have done that, but that does sound pretty amazing. Imagine it. I could have had a full-on scene of them all fighting each other in the sky.
No.
Thumbs up if you agree with my idea.
Don't like this video, people.
So I was pretty devastated by that, but I'm still really looking forward to playing the all the DLC stuff because I love that game and I've done pretty much everything on it. It's good times.
Nice.
Are you devastated by that news, Jodie?
No.
You should be.
I'm not.
You should be. I tell you what though, if you've not played Starlink, get the physical version for the Switch. It's like £15. It's worth it just to buy the ship. The ship's look at it. Look at it. You can't see it down there, but
It's down there. I mean,
that R-wing is just.
Yeah. I just remember you had like 2 left. And I just walked into the game and I just went, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to finish it.
It was for my
off.
birthday, by the way. She doesn't.
Yeah. I don't just randomly buy
You should
stuff.
do that, but.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to get it for you. It's all over then. I don't have to worry. I don't have to.
You don't have to worry about it. This will shut him up about this stupid game. Alright, moving on. So Mario Maker 2 finally got a release date, and the release date is the 28th of June, so about 2 months away. I'm looking forward to it, and I saw on an email as well I got from Nintendo, and it said that there is a special edition that comes with a stylus, would you believe? So you'll be able to draw out those stages with a stylus. It's funny because a lot of people were like, oh, it'd be really cool if they did like a stylus for it.
There you go. They thought about it, guys. They
There you
thought
go.
about it.
So my understanding is it's a pre-order bonus. The style you basically get the special edition if you pre-order it from a retail store, which is a little bit confusing in the wording, but that's what it seems to be. But this is really cool because they don't. This is kind of a first that I've heard of. So if you pre-order it on the eShop, so digitally, you actually get a code to put in on My Nintendo or the Nintendo shop, not the Nintendo shop, the official Nintendo website, and they'll actually send you out a stylus.
Oh,
isn't that
guys, cool? That'd be a deal.
That's good, isn't it? So if you're one of these people who's like, oh, I want it digitally, but I want the stylus, well, that's how you can do it.
That's how you do it, people.
So I think that's pretty cool. So I already pre-ordered it from the Nintendo store because they had like a load of little Mario 3D like set things you could get, and you know I'm all over that kind of. But that's pretty cool, and I think the stylus will probably help because there's probably a lot of little. You know what I mean? It's hard to do it with your finger when you're trying to do little details.
Little mini details.
So that's kind of cool. Number 3, so Anthem. I'm so glad I didn't buy that game. So obviously this is supposed to be like a Destiny kind of game, you know, with like it's a live service, so they keep adding stuff and all this. So they gave out a roadmap of like this is the stuff we're going to add over time, and now the roadmap has been delayed. So they've delayed the delayed updates basically. So it's just like I feel sorry for people who bought that game and who were like waiting for all this stuff to drop and for the game to actually be online.
You should just listen to the show when they bought it.
Exactly. Well, apparently a lot of people did. Like, I'm not saying listen to this show, but clearly a lot of people thought I don't trust EA with this game, and there you go. And then number 4. So as we know, Sony isn't going to be at E3 this year, which is a little bit sad. But I mean, last year's show was awful. I don't know what they were thinking. But Square Enix is taking their place. So they've actually took their time slot. And the rumour on the grapevine, Jode, is that Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be shown.
That's the rumour.
What should there be anything else to be said? No.
Probably.
All I can say is I hope it comes to the Switch. That's all I can say. It probably won't.
When is E3 this year, Tim?
I don't know. It's sometime next month. Not next month, sometime in June. It's usually like second week of June, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. Thanks for testing me. But
it shows how much you care.
So I'm excited. Because you would have just had like that normal, you know, where you have the normal day where you've got like Ubisoft, Microsoft and all that. You would have just had these gaps because EA isn't doing anything there anymore. They're not even doing a show or anything. And then Sony's dropped out. So it would have just felt like there was not really much going on, but I'm glad Square Enix picked it up and we'll have more stuff going on. Definitely. And then I just remembered another thing off the top of my head, that Jedi The Fallen Order finally got revealed in terms of, like, we knew it was called that, but it looks alright. It looks like what's weird is that EA cancelled the big single player Star Wars game that everybody was excited for, that was being basically produced by the director of Uncharted and stuff. So they scrapped all that because they said it's just a single player game and they won't make loads of money off it. And the Jedi The Fallen Order is a single player only game. So I'm a little bit confused what happened there. But it's made by Respawn, who make Titanfall and all that, so you know I'm on board. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Are you excited for that, Jodie?
Yeah.
You're not that into Star Wars, are you?
No.
Why? I'm going to give you 10 minutes now just to explain yourself. Explain why you don't like Star Wars. Because this is hurting our subscribers.
It's really not.
Explain yourself.
I just don't like it. I just think it's rubbish.
I just don't like it. I just think it's rubbish.
I mean...
Right, I need to mute this microphone so I can just... Jodie's got something she wants to say.
Tim threatened me and said that if he didn't say I love Star Wars, I'm kicked off the show. No, it's okay. It's okay.
So with that news that Jodie has finally changed her mind that she loves Star Wars, we're going to move to our next section, which is what is that this week?
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Okay, welcome back. It is time for what is out this week, Jodie, and I have only got 2 games for you to choose from, so you're going to have to choose
50-50 people.
So really, I should only put 1 game on this list, because by the time the good people on YouTube will have watched the show, there'll only have been 1 new game out, but I thought I'd add another one because we didn't add it in, obviously, so we weren't around last week. Yep. So Jodie, your choices are from Days Gone, which came out, for you watching this will be the Friday before, so it will be out right now. Or Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age for the Nintendo Switch and Xbox One, which comes out on Tuesday. There's only one choice.
One.
Right, I'm just going to have to mute this microphone and just have a little talk. I'm only joking. So yeah, Days Gone is your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to go with that because it's just because I bought it.
I gotta go ahead because I bought it too. But I mean, to be fair, Final Fantasy 12 is already out on PS4. You know, so it's not that new, and it's a remake. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Days Gone. I don't know why people have been people have been hating on it. I don't know why, because I think it looks great.
I think it's going to be like Boss. It looks a lot like Last of Us, so
I think that's why people are like, it's just the same as every other game. That was good.
Doesn't matter. If I get to drive a motorbike in this, I'm happy.
You're definitely going to be. I can guarantee you're going to drive a motorbike.
And there's a dog in. There's a dog in it. Is there a dog in it? I'm sure there's a dog in it.
Is there a dog? I'm sure there's a dog. Is the dog? There's a dog. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I know a lot. Like most of the game is built around the motorbike thing. I watched when they did that hour-long gameplay thing of it, like last year. And they're talking about how like the world is literally built around, like they made all the roads and everything to be for the motorbikes. It's all built around that.
I'm sold.
I'm looking forward to it. I think people are annoyed that the game is good. Because that's what seemed to come out of like when some of the outlets got to have a bit of game time with it. They came out saying like it was actually really good, and they were annoyed.
I mean, my motorbike skills aren't that good, but
I don't think you have to have real motorbike experience.
I think that's a good thing because we would be.
But can you imagine from the sound of things, like you can be like escaping, like because you've got to, I think you've got to like your fuel can run out and stuff, so you can be like escaping from a load of like zombies, and then it just stops and it's
boss.
like, oh no.
That's boss.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good weekend game.
Oh,
so then we can probably smash it out in a weekend, but it'll be a really good weekend, so I'm excited. Oh my word, Jodie, I need to apologise for something.
What?
I can't believe that in what we've been playing this week, I didn't mention that I've been playing Cuphead. I'm sorry, guys.
That's disgusting.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, that is literally all I've been playing this entire week. Not Cuphead. Oh, let's just get into reviews of the week, because I'm adding that into reviews of the week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. With reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It's time for reviews of the week, and I'm just gonna have to throw Cuphead in there right now.
That's it.
10 out of 10. Moving on. Sorted. No.
Top of the week one.
Cuphead is just it's up there as one of my favourite games of all time. Without a doubt. Nice. Animation's just insane. It's so good. It's literally every boss has something like 1,500 drawings that they've done for it, because it's all hand drawn and hand animated.
That's dedication.
That is dedication right there. I watched the whole thing on it the other night, last night, because I just love it so much. But oh my word, that game is so good. It's so hard. It's one of those where like you get, so it's like a boss rush game. So it's basically you just do boss after boss. That's what it is. But it's like a little world map and you run around it and go to. But the bosses are like so hard. Like you'll start some of them and you'll die so fast, and you think there's no way this is ever going to happen, and then you just pray that Jesus comes into your heart and just calms you, because you've nearly thrown your controller about 20 times. And then you beat it and you feel like the world's greatest gamer of all time.
That sounds
when
awesome.
You beat him. It's just like you've died like 100 times on one boss, and then you just do it.
Would this be the time to say I've never played Cuphead?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not surprised. It was an Xbox exclusive for like years,
yeah.
And then obviously it's just come to the Switch. So I think we'll do some 2-player Cuphead. at some point because I think it'll be fun. But it's such a hard game, but it's so good. And then it's like once you beat a boss, you just know what you're doing, and then you just feel like a sicko. You're just like, pow, 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 pow. Although there's one boss that I never want to see ever again. It haunts my dreams. But it's just to me, it's just like perfect game. It's just so good, and it's got loads of replayability. It's like dead cheap. It's like 18 quid or something. It's just so worth it.
Sounds good.
So it gets our 10 out of 10. Don't even need to discuss it. It is what it is. Music. It's just... I need to move on, or else I'm just gonna cry.
Yeah.
Real tears.
Yeah.
Real tears.
It's okay.
And then they'll animate that into a boss because the sickos.
And it can be the water round. It's
just so creative, Jodie. It's so creative. The way the bosses change. Moving on. So we need to talk about Labo VR.
Yes.
I'm just going to go and get them, so give me 1 second.
This is the advertisement moments of CGN.
Welcome back. So this is some of the VR stuff. So I haven't actually built everything, and apparently the best bit is actually the gun. But like, I have to do everything in order. So when you actually put the game in, and it comes up with the like which stuff to make, the gun is like the one on the right. So I just can't bring myself to build that one first. I have to do them in order. So this is just some of them. So we've got the camera, which is there, which Jodie's played extensively and got really into that one.
Oh,
and we've got the bird here. So obviously the first thing you build is the actual VR thing. And I like, if you just look at like there's all these issues with virtual reality, and they're going to have like high specs, so it's all smooth and fancy graphics and everything. I'm surprised at how well this works, and I think that seems to be the general consensus on the internet.
Yeah.
It just works really well, and it doesn't make sense how they've managed to do it, but it just is so good.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
A bit of cardboard.
And I know one of your main concerns when we were talking about this last time was that you thought it's like going to get wrecked. Do you still have that opinion?
No.
I don't know. It's really sturdy, isn't it? As long as, I mean, obviously, if you give it a good punch, it's probably going to...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it's like, that's the thing with Labo. The cardboard is actually really sturdy.
Yeah, it's really thick.
It's crazy. Once you built it, it's got a lot of...
I did have a moment, because I played the camera one, that actually I was thinking, if I turn this too fast, it's going to break.
Oh, you mean if you just like...
Yeah.
Like quite hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so I had to be a little bit delicate. So when a fish was coming straight for me, I was like, this is a great shot. I went to spin it and I was like, I've got to be quick. And then I realised that it was cardboard, not an actual lens. And I had to make sure that I didn't break it. So that's the only downfall for it. But apart from that.
So, I mean, in terms of the actual building, because that's obviously, you actually can't play this without building it. So, I've built all the stuff in the variety kit as well. Some of them are quite like the piano one's quite long. All I can say is like, it's actually really fun to build the stuff it is. I think if you've bought the variety kit and you've bought the vehicle kit, the building part of it will probably get quite old by this point. Because I'm not going to lie, when I was building the bird one, I was kind of like, I just want this to be over now. I've done enough building in my entire life to do this. But that's because I built all the variety kit stuff just before this. So I wouldn't advise that you just go ahead and buy all the Labo stuff in one go and build everything, because you'll get really bored of building stuff. But the only thing I'd say about the building stuff which annoyed me, I got to a point where I was just like, I'm done with it. So you pop out all the stuff that you need to do, and before it tells you like what to fold in or what to clip in or whatever, it literally gives you an example of folding every single bit first to make it easier to fold. So it's literally going boop, 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 going back and forth, and then after you've folded everything in and out, then it tells you what to clip in. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but it's like if I needed to fold this corner to clip into like this bit here, it like tells you to fold it first and put it back to make it easier to.
Oh, okay.
But it does that for every single fold, and so it's like you just stood there with the Switch, just like trying to speed it along while you're watching it, just folding them all out, so you can get to the part that you actually need to know. And it just gets really annoying by the end, because you just sat there like this for ages, just waiting for it to happen. So I wish it had an option just to skip that.
Yeah.
Because it would just reduce the time. But other than that, it's fun making it. I think the gun's the longest one. I think that's like 2 hours. But
you think kids will probably need that extra?
Yeah, probably. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like when it comes to Labo, where it shines the most really is if you're like a parent and you got like a 6-year-old, like making it with them seems to be like a really rewarding experience. But in terms of the actual games then, So I mean, the creativity in this stuff though is like crazy. I mean, look at that bird fly. And when you do that, it actually flies in the game. The games itself are poo. I'm not gonna lie. So the bird one, it's kind of cool flying around, but what you're actually doing, it's not that fun. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I want to be like it's the best thing ever, it's not. It's kind of it gets a little bit boring. The camera one. I mean, Jodie, you talk about the camera one because you were obsessed with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool because like it's just. I think the thing that freaks me out the most is this button thing on top because there's literally nothing underneath it, so I don't know what it does. I don't know how it does it. But then, like, even being able to like spin the thing and the screen changes as well.
Yeah,
that's just incredible in itself. And I'm like, how does this work? And I find it more fascinating. I'm trying to figure out how it works more than actually playing it. But
well, I mean, Jodie, it just so happens that it has a section on the Labo thing itself where you can actually look into how it all works and it shows you how it looks.
That's what I'll be doing tonight. But yeah, I mean, the game itself is not best, but when it gives you like little activities like go find the Loch Ness monster, go find a boat, go find
so it
three
extends
crabs.
what it already has, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it is very good.
So the camera one was pretty good. There's like a second game as well where it's like the little pet that you have on when you build the house in the variety kit. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
So you're actually like, it's like you're looking into the house and you take photos of the little animal thing, but then you can like interact with the house and everything and make it do crazy stuff. And so I mean, it's quite fun. It's just like the bird one, for example. It's just like the experience of flying around as a bird's really cool, but it's like it's quite slow.
Yeah. So
it's like if you want to fly up high, you're literally going like this. And then it's just like really slow going like this, so you kind of want to speed it up more. But yeah, it's fine. The worst part, without a doubt, is there must be about 30 mini games. I can't even really call them games because they're just I just don't even see why they exist. But like it'll just be like a bunch of blocks that you can like interact with, or it's like, I don't know, like one of them was like you hold the Joy-Cons and you can drive a little car around, but you're just looking at like a fixed space and you just watch this little remote control car around, but you can't do anything. It's just pointless. So all those games are like a complete waste of time. But from what I've heard, like I said, the gun one is supposed to be it's like an on-rail shooter and it just looks so good. And the actual gun, like you reload by going like that and you have a little trigger. It looks amazing. So the thing, it's just so creative that you've got all these little things and then you basically get your VR headset thing and it like slots in like that and then you just lock it in like that and it's just, how did they come up with that?
How did they come up with it, eh?
But this is where it's like, it's such a different experience to any other VR thing because they've got the Joy-Cons that they can put into anything, pretty much. It's like they can have all these really creative peripherals. Like if they wanted to do like a camera attachment for like the PlayStation VR, it would cost a fortune. You know what I mean? They would make some big plastic thing that it's like, whereas they can literally just, you can buy. So you can buy the VR headset with the gun that costs like 30 quid. And then you can like add on these extra ones for like a tenner each, or I think it's like 15 quid for two of them. So in like for 15 quid you get a camera attachment and like the bird, for example, like that's crazy when you think how expensive that would be for other stuff. So it's just kind of like it opens up this whole world of opportunity where they can just keep adding stuff to it, and I think it's really cool. So it's where I'm kind of torn because it's such a cool experience. But like a lot of these games just, I mean, like the bird one's just poo. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, once you build the wind pedal, I think you can combine those two things to do another game that's something. But so I haven't done everything, but from what I've seen, it's pretty cool. It's like an experience, but it's almost like a tech demo for something bigger.
Okay.
And that's where it comes in that you can obviously you can now play. You'll be able to play it right now. Breath of the Wild in VR, so you can play the entire game in VR, which I'm assuming it's basically just going to make the game 3D. That's essentially what it's going to do.
You're literally going to be Link.
Well, you can't play it in first person. You don't play it in first person. It's like it's going to be. I think it's basically going to be like when you play a game on the 3DS, where it's like it's just in 3D. That's what it seems like to me. Okay. So it might feel like you're in the world, but it's like the camera's still behind Link and you're running around. You know what I mean? I don't think you go into first person view. If you do, I will be very surprised, but I don't see how you could because you've got to like hold it there with the controllers here. So it's not like you're going to be going like that with the sword and everything, which is the dream.
That's true.
That's the dream. And then there's Mario Odyssey, which you can't play the whole game in, but it updates with like a few extra missions and stuff that are specific to VR, which look pretty cool. So I think, right, if you have a Switch, 110% buy the base thing, which is that with the gun. 100%. Everybody should buy that, because to me it's an insane deal. 30 quid for that is just without doubt. And actually, when it came out, it like sold out like everywhere. Like, it was really hard to find. Then I think if you really enjoy it, then you can add on these extra bits if you want to, because you can just buy them as separate packs.
Yeah.
But I just don't think. I think the camera one's worth it. I think that's really cool. The bird one, I don't think's worth it. I think the wind pedal could be interesting, because it's literally blowing air in your face, which will feel like whatever the game feels like, which is a new experience. And then what else is there? There's another one. What's the other one, Jodie?
The gun?
There's the gun, the bird. Yeah, that's right. So I just think get the gun and that, and then if you want to add on like...
But how do you attach the gun to that?
So you literally slot it in again, and the gun comes out like this. So you kind of got it like... I can't really act it out without a thing that's like this.
Oh, okay.
And then you like reload like that, and it's like where you're looking is where you're shooting.
Oh, okay.
It's like... Once I'm going to build it, it's going to blow your mind how good this thing is, because it's crazy how good it is. So 100% buy that, and then you can just add on these other things as you go.
Yeah. I just feel that I'd get impatient building this. I'd get frustrated.
So this actually took about less than half an hour to make.
Okay.
Which is the main thing. It's just the gun takes longer. But I think because you've never made something before, I think you'd be fine. If you had to build everything, I think that's when you'd lose your mind.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying just buy that with the gun. And you don't, and like I think for some people, just being able to play Breath of the Wild and VR will be worth it. So I could see people buying that with the gun attachment and just not building the gun and just playing that.
There you go.
Honestly, so 100% that. So in terms of like the whole thing, it's difficult because I think this is amazing and totally worth it, but I think the actual games that come with it aren't that great. But one thing I forgot about is that it's got the whole I think it's called the garage or something, but you can literally build your own VR games in this.
Nice.
So as with the other stuff,
cool.
you with the variety kit and all that, you could literally make the Joy-Cons do stuff. You could make your own Joy-Con stuff. You can literally make your own games with this. It's like, which is insane. You can build your own VR games, but you can literally just build 2D games if you want to, which you couldn't do in the other ones, which is just like awesome. So if you're like a really creative person, it's right there, isn't it? I just think they need to give you the option to download other people's games, because then that would be crazy, wouldn't it? So yeah. So in terms of like the big one with everything that I got, the only reason I actually bought the big one was because Amazon made a whoopsie and sold it for less than it actually was. So I got it when it was the cheaper price. It went up the next day. So I would say, if you got the whole lot, I would say you're looking at like a 6 out of 10, personally. Okay. But then with other games, you know, with like Breath of the Wild and stuff, it probably goes up after that. But for just this, I think you're looking at about that. And then for the smaller one that's 30 quid, I reckon it actually goes up to about an 8 out of 10, because I think you're going to get really good value. The game's awesome, the gun stuff's amazing, and then you get all the updates for the other games as well. So there you go. And then in terms of a morality score, it's just a 10, because it's all good. And if you're worried about the Switch popping out, that is what this little thing is for. So you basically, you pop that over like, is it like that? I can't remember. You basically put this thing on that, I can't remember how it works, and that stops it sliding out. Oh yeah, it is like that. So you put that on like that, and it actually stops the Switch falling out.
There you go, people.
They thought of everything. So there you go. So on that note, you going to buy a VR, Jodie?
No.
Yeah, she is! No. We're going to move on to our next section, which is Topic of the Week.
Topic of the Week.
Welcome back. It's time for Topic of the Week. So, we said we'd talk a little bit about what happened at the weekend. We had some good stuff happen at the weekend, didn't we, Jodie?
We did.
So we did a little, well, it wasn't really a little. We did an Easter egg
quite big, to be honest with you.
With like hundreds of kids. So it wasn't just us. It was like churches together in Runcorn. So it's like all the churches together were doing this thing, and there was like hundreds of kids come, which was really cool. Like did a little Easter egg hunt. We did some games with them. You did some prayer stuff.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, Jodie, take it. What do you think it was like? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I mean, this is my first outreach event with you guys. That was pretty awesome, really. It's quite nice to see churches working together just to be in the community that I've not really seen that much of over in Warrington, apart from like the React sessions. So yeah, I mean, it was very exciting. It was very good, and of course we did. I was on prayer. You were on games.
As it should be. Not that I don't pray, of course.
No, you probably, yeah.
It's just I bring the fun.
You bring the fun, yeah. You bring the fun and we bring this. I don't know. I realised I was going to go for
that. I was like, what's she going to say? This sounds so good.
So, yeah, I mean, we had an awesome time. We had roses and put little messages on and handed them out to like mums and even young kids to give to the mums as well. That was really nice. Yeah, we got to pray for a lot of people. That was quite awesome as well. I mean, we were praying for kids, we were praying for parents, we were praying for just anyone who walked in the tent, leaders,
the church people,
the leaders from the churches, the church people. Anyone that walked in the tent clearly didn't have a choice; they had to sit on the chair. Even if you were just saying hello, it was like, sit down now. Like, we're going to pray over you. So
yeah, there's some craft stuff. They were giving out Bibles.
Yeah.
They did a little
tombola thing. Like,
did they?
It was like you
like
put
a raffle.
your raffle in.
Did like
yeah,
a raffle.
You put your thing in at the end.
Yeah, it was just really good, wasn't
and
it?
they had the big tent, didn't they? With like did all kids stuff in there.
Yeah, we were saying what this was just like just had like every kind of person was helping out. So it's just like it wasn't like you can only have the youthy, excited people pumped with energy. It was like we had all ages, all different types of people helping out. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we had a lady who was on prayer with us, and she was like, so like you could see, like she was just like so intent with the Holy Spirit, and you could see her like proper sensitive, and it was like really nice to see that. As well. You don't really see that in many people. They just let the Holy Spirit take over. It's quite awesome. But yeah.
So that was a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just to say that like anybody can do that kind of thing, really.
Yeah, I mean, like the Bible says, doesn't it? We're all called to be a witness.
We're all called to play games.
We are. Even just by playing games.
You can quote that. We should put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
We're all called to play games. Boy, am I fulfilling my calling right now.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I mean, so there you go. You know, you don't.
So we've been busy over the weekend. We haven't just been sat off. Although there was a bit of sitting off, but not a lot.
Not a lot.
But still good times.
We distracted ourselves a couple of times by cooling down eggs and stuff. But yeah.
That sounds so weird, but it's all good. We're just going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Just going to leave it there. So there you go. This has been the Late Night Gaming Show. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you absolutely hate it, of course, give it a thumbs down. Please don't give us a thumbs down because Jodie doesn't like Star Wars. That's her own decision, not mine. She did reconcile for that by stating that she did like Star Wars.
He said
it's okay.
Like Star Wars.
And if you want to see loads more cool stuff like this, hit that thumb. No worries. Not a thumbs up. We've already done that. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button.
Ding ding!
Every new video going forward. That would really hurt when I laugh. Yeah, I'm still not being very well, but it's okay. And also make sure you hit up our new channel as well, which is Nintendo Switch Direct. Daily. Not Directs, that's Nintendo's own thing. Nintendo Switch Daily, where I try and put up a new video every single week, but I've been failing recently because I've had my own issues. But we're all good now.
We're getting back to it.
And I've been excited.
Nice. It's nice to know you're excited.
So stay tuned because we'll be playing James Pond, codename COD, RoboCOD, which is obviously the game that everyone's been waiting for. So if you want to see that, hit that subscribe button on the Nintendo Switch Daily channel too. That is the kind of shenanigans we get up to, which you should also subscribe to us because we say words like shenanigans. And on that note, we'll see you soon.